We are live.
That's what I was feeling, Rick.
That'll teach you. Do 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 do. It takes people a little bit longer to get in here than it does over on TikTok. That's okay. We're early.
So's the pee.
Oh, they are. How many you sore lipped in here? Any?
I don't think we sort of left anything, have we?
I don't think so.
That little one I just caught.
Is he walking that? Yep. 11.
Big ass bluegill.
It says we're live, but nobody's come in yet. That's nice fish. God dang, he got that down quick. Virginia man morning. 11 in the box, by the way. All bluegills so far. Look at him out there. Can we spin you just a skosh left?
Can.
I'll get them up. A little closer to those fish. We'll just slip up through here. My worm's still kicking. My worm's still moving. I might put him back into service.
Makes much difference this morning.
I don't either. Okay. You might be the only person in there. There's 3 in here. I hear an airboat lumbering along. Do, 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 do. It's, that wind just come right down through there.
Yes, I did.
Now there's 19 in here now. We're early, and it might take people a while to get in here, so. Look at them. Move it. Pick it up. Uh-huh. That'll teach him. 12. Small water's back. He's Okeechobee feller. He's the one that bass fishes, guides bass fishing and everything else down there.
Oh, really?
Yep. Down at Okeechobee. Well, we got here, and hell, you couldn't help but drop a worm and catch a fish. And I was like, hell, let's go live. Sun ain't even up. I mean, it ain't out yet. Now, here in a few minutes, I'm gonna turn on the 360, and we're gonna get that out. Now, if you guys, I'll tell this again. Remind me to tell this again. Born in Sanani, Nagar. We are in the United States of America in Central Florida. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. But anyway, if y'all get a chance today, go to YouTube, our YouTube 360 videos. I posted 2 of them last night and 1 this morning. It's probably gonna be another hour before the 3rd one's up. It's really good stuff. Grandpa's here. I think there's 12 in the box, Grandpa. There is. Every one of them's a bluegill so far, but they're here. Oh, look at him out here bumping. It's calm. Do it again. I triple dog dare you. Swatted it with his tail. No, we're not jigging crappie. We are fishing for bluegills and shell crackers. Small water, I tell you what, that's a game changer. Now, small water, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a tip because I gave it to some other charter guys. But I can tell you, you're gonna need a new computer if you get one. I had to buy a new gaming computer just to handle the files. When you go on your trips, have your 360 rolling full time. After your trip, it ain't nothing to sell them that video for $250, $500. For a trip of a lifetime, they'll never forget it. They'll always have it. So just keep that in the back of your memory banks. And I don't do much editing to it at all. You can. That'll teach him. He's catching salad over here. Thanks, Perfect Purple. You don't need luck here or Okeechobee where small water charters is. You just show up, bring bait, beer if you want. We don't drink, so. Well, small water, do you have the X5 yet? Or do you have a 3D camera? Because it's a complete game changer. Well, you saw it. You saw what it's like. 13 in a box. Big ears. What's a big ear? There, you know, like I said, the computer, it's important to have a lot of computer speed. But if you got a pretty new computer for what you're doing, you'll be fine. I saw that. Look here, watch this. This dude wants to come visit. 13 in a box, come on. There's something big in here eating. There's something real big. I think one of your quarries over at small water. Zachary. That might be a Shelly. Nope. Just a mean ass bluegill. I'm trying to read that comment. Well, Zachary, you need to get out there. Do it again. Pick it up. Damn it, he moved it. He didn't get it either. Morning, gangbang. 14 in a box. Look at him bump here. That'll teach your ass. 15 in a box. You know what I probably ought to do? I'll wait till the sun gets up so the lighting's good for the camera. I need to put this 3D out so we can get some more stuff today. Because them videos yesterday were the shit.
People ain't nuts over them.
Good video, good viewership on the first one so far. I mean, it had 174 views already this morning, and that's good for our channel because we're new at it. Stoneface Street, morning. 15 in the box. Who else wants some? You want some? I bet there's a victim right there. I mean, they are just chomping this morning. Kyle Beasley, morning. Saw that. $16 in a box. I got another victim here I got to get. Okay, Zachary, Bach Tower Gardens is extremely close to where we are. You know, if you want to take a trip on this lake just to see the lake, I recommend getting an airboat tour. Oh, this is an awesome place for fishing. There ain't no doubt. And you know, there's a guy on here right now, Small Water Charters. He's down at Okeechobee. It's just as good a fishing down there. They're having some water issues right now. They got some depth problems, but other than that, the amount of fish in these lakes from the Okeechobee up through the Kissimmee chain is just off the chain. Jess is here. Jess is wanting to start the block party. Make sure my clickie's right. It says 16, it's right. We are in Florida, Dre. Yes, we are. Kissimmee, Lake Kissimmee, which is south of the town of Kissimmee. When the sun comes up, I'll get the 360 video out and make y'all some YouTube video. I know there's a fish over there, damn it. Jess is one of our moderators, and she has yeet finger. She likes watching people leave. That ass up. She don't do it for fun. Damn it, Brandon. Oh, that's a mistake. I might not get that back. Yeah, Dre, you know exactly where we are. Gray Wolf morning. Thank you. There's no crocodiles here. There's just alligators. There are crocs in southern Florida. They're a different type of crocodile than the saltwater crocs they have across the pond, but what are you doing?
Gardening.
Gardening. I may have to move this out there a little bit. I don't know. I know there's a fish right here, but he hasn't played with me yet. I hear a boat coming. Might be Gary. Jess, you want to talk about serenity? Be single for about 15 years. That's serenity, buddy. Thanks, Small Water. Appreciate that. We do have a lot of fun. And if you ever get a chance, and I'm doing a whole God dang, he hit that when I moved it. 17. I do a whole lot of multitasking here, as you can tell by the 360 video. These are nice gills. I think it is too. But if you could ever do lives with what you're doing down there, that'd be awesome. People like interaction though. And that's why I'm multitasking so much. It keeps me busier than heck. Yeah, like the live. That's the important part. I'm learning that. And check out our channel. Has anyone seen an ad this morning?
That wind feels like it's out of the east a little bit.
It is supposed to be out of the east, but it switched there for a minute and was right in your face. Nope. Okay, well, maybe you will.
Is that pot liquor?
Yes. Or Waxhaw Bob. Well, it might happen, it might not. I set it up on my computer this morning to do ads, and because that's how we monetize, but I don't think it's happened yet. I think they're going to force me to buy an Android device. That's what they're trying to do. Uh-oh, do it again. This is Lake Kissimmee in Central Florida. He had that in his mouth. He still does.
I bet he swallowed it.
I bet he did. Swallowed it to his tail. 18. You know, Edward, me too, but I prefer them fried. I think that's pot liquor, isn't it? I can't tell. I ain't got my glasses on.
He's got talons on it. I'm pretty sure that's him. Well, I don't know. I don't think.
I can't tell the boat. Click 18.
I think that's him, but I'm not positive.
Yes, Jess said something very important. We have our own fish breading on the market. It's on Amazon. And there ain't nothing like these dudes scaled and fried whole. Is that his boat? I can't tell.
Pretty sure it is. That dude got me.
Did he skin you?
Yeah, he did. That's pot liquor.
Oh, Zachary, yes. This lake is very odd, the geography. I think there's a couple 14-foot holes here. A couple. And not right now either, because the water's down, but oh, I'm in his bed now. He ain't gonna like that a bit. He didn't want to play, did he? I wasn't watered up. Did he hit it?
I thought he did, but I don't think he did.
Yes, it is. Are you having some serious water problems as far as navigation right now? Because I know that I thought it was like 11 foot deep down there now on the markers. Look at him over there. Let's slide out there a little ways, Cap. What do you say?
That's fine, I think.
We're going to just plod along here and catch a few here and there. We've got 18 Edward Mismus Kissimmee Special fish breading on Amazon. If you search fish breading, it's like the 4th one that comes up. And it's 5-pound bulk. And we're not giving it away, but I can tell you right now, we think it's the best shit out there. It's not because we put it out. That was a big bass right there. People on TikTok and YouTube have made videos of them throwing their old fish breadings away after getting ours. Andy Winwright, morning. Well, thanks for coming. This is always a good time. There's a big bass in here. I just saw him. It might keep these fish on edge for a little bit. Ashley Reisinger. I think I said that right. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's real good on fried green tomatoes, chicken. It's good on everything. Good Lord. It's magical.
Chicken wings.
There's plenty of big bass here. There's no doubt. And here's the funny thing, small water charters. And you do it down there. I know you do. You're smart enough. The smart bass fishermen on this lake, they follow us around all summer because they know we're on the bluegill beds. And I mean 8, 9, 10 pounders all day long on these beds. Just patrolling, waiting for one of them to make a mistake. We've had them actually grab a hold of the bluegill coming up out of the water. You're welcome, Edward. I can't tell if that's pot liquor or not. I don't think it is it?
Yeah.
These, Adam, sort of, kind of, these are very fancy cane poles. And they're carbon fiber, but they're interline cane poles. I'll show you something. The line goes through that eye. They run down the center of the rod. And it just changes the action of them completely. So the line does most of the work instead of the pole, and you can just flat rip fish with it. Morning, Jeff Haynes, Lurch McCoy. These fish got stubborn. I'm glad I didn't. Hey, damn it, Brandon. I think that bass threw them off for a minute. Oh wow! I might have missed that, Jess. Well, I'll tell you what, small water charters. Don't get me started on black widows, because I hate to say this, but the guy that owns that company's an absolute jackwagon. I broke $300 worth of those poles the first year I was here, and that's why I designed this pole. I wanted something I could lurch fish with. And he refused, absolutely refused to warranty them. I've got all the emails saved. He's a dirtbag. Carl Hauser. Oh, Carl Hauser, catfish stew. That sounds some kind of good, son. More roadkill. Thanks, Astro. I may have to swing right out there. There's shell crackers right out there. I may have to swing you up there.
They're up there. I see them both.
Yeah. And that's where they was yesterday. And then we might have to take a right and go back in here again.
Okay.
Hold on a second, guys. The fish will bite. They're waiting on sunshine.
Okay.
I see them. I'm gonna go up here and we're gonna catch a few of these shell crackies. They're gonna be to your right too, so I'm trying to sneak up on them here. Get him on some fish here. Be good there. All right. He'll get one out of here for guaranteed. And it shouldn't take very long. This is where the shell crackers were placed yesterday. There's a big bass back here busting one. We're using red worms, Andy. Oh, I'm telling you. And you know, we don't fish the afternoons. They claim at 4 o'clock in the afternoon out here, the bite is just phenomenal. We try to get off the lake by 10 o'clock, 10:30, just before it gets hot. That's all we're trying to avoid.
Well, what are you doing over there?
He's looking.
I'm sure that's him.
Oh, I didn't take. Oh, God dang, that was a Shelly. Did y'all see that? Or Brian Bullock. Get lucky. Well, he was digging, wasn't he? That's 19. That thing didn't even hit the bottom, and he took it. That's got to be a shell cracker. Yep, 20. We got clicks going on.
Hot liquor.
That ain't him. I told you it ain't him. 20 in the box.
That's him.
Hold on a second. Give me a second, guys. We're throwing fish in the box. I gotta clean my glasses. Oh, I gotta change my screen here. Hold on, I've dimmed the damn screen. Come on, damn it.
One shell cracker just fight something different.
Different, it's a different ball game.
And they set up in one spot, and the bluegill set up in a different spot usually.
Yeah, they do. All right, let me put this away. I already know the glasses. I can't tell if it's him or not. Maybe it is. We do, Astro, on these particular fish, a brim type fish. He moved that. That's a generic term, but I use it for people because a lot of people use that. We are allowed 50 each. Yes, fish hit in a box. You can't beat it with a big stick. Let's see if I can do that again. Jess, don't be afraid to get your block party out. Not a bad start to the morning, no. I got no complaints. None at all. I said, don't be afraid to get your block party out. That's a new term. Rainy, it's different. It's a learning curve, and I was so used to the other thing that I wasted too much time over there. Boy, he missed that one. What'd you do?
Whatever it wasn't right.
Cullen Sports and More, morning. Oh, we're already having a great day. There's 20 fish in the box, and the last two were shell cracker. I better click that last one. Antonio, morning. Those are lily pads. You know, somebody might call them something different, but we call them lily pads. So that's just the way it is. You gonna catch that fish this time? He got a hold of him. Hang on. Shell cracker. 21. Click. This is a cane pole, Andy. This is a fancy cane pole. Mine is made by Slick Sticks Custom Rods, and the captain's is made by Swamp Sticks Custom Rods. But it's an interline cane pole. The line, they catch fish, and the line runs through the center of these rods, and they're carbon fiber. They're tough. And I mean, they'll flat yank a fish out of the deep. I can't see it. What happened? A lurch is a type of sunfish? I think we're going to have to go back there. Astro, good question. We donate most of our fish. A lot of them go over to Winter Haven to the Baptist Church. And a friend of ours has a friend over there who's a deacon. He comes and gets every fish you catch, if you're willing to give them. He cleans every one of them, and then they dole them out. And they do have fish fries, too. Oh, lurch, a shell crackalacky is a red-eared sunfish. And they get that term because in the back of their throat, they have what is called a pharyngeal tooth that they use to crush snails and mollusks. And that's what they do. And you get a hook down in it, and I mean, it's all you want. I made a video on how to get the hook out. Some people didn't like it, but I made it anyway. You're welcome. Orion? We are fishing on Lake Kissimmee in Central Florida. Matt Meter, you're going to have to log. Matt Meter sent me a text. He's going to have to log on to YouTube for me to answer that. You know, I think people just forget to like it. And, you know, it does really help the viewership. Yesterday, we kept 400 or 500 people in here the full time. I had to shut the live show down one time because it glitched. YouTube glitched. These fish have spread out up there in front of you. And so anyway, I ended up doing 2 live shows yesterday. And with 2 live shows, we had 122,000 people watch, 123,000 people watch. Morning, Andy Winwright. Salahu? I wasn't even watching. You guys probably were. That was a good fish, and he still is. I'm going to take you up forward. We're going right out in the middle of this. Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, Richwood, those are good ones out there. I'm going to go up here, and the captain is going to just absolutely put a butt whipping on these fish up here. Watch this. We call him captain, and let me tell you why. A lot of people have called him captain for years. However, his name is Dick Stanley. And on TikTok, every time I said his name, they'd throw us off. I'd get banned for 7 days. So I started calling him captain, and now I just call him captain. Yes, I restarted the live. Little smuggler they are. That ain't him. I don't know. That ain't him.
He usually he don't wear a hat.
What happened? Okay, here's what I'm going to do now, guys. I'm going to bait my hook, and I'm going to get the 360 camera out and take video, and you guys can watch it later on YouTube. Now, with the 360 video, if you don't know what this camera takes an entire sphere of video all the way around the boat, and you can change the perspective to what you want to look at. You can watch us hook the fish. You can watch the fish come in, go around in circles, and us catch the fish in our hands and put it in the cooler, and then turn back around and watch us catch another one. And it's completely interactive to you guys. That's going to be a good shell cracker right there. So I think you'll like it. Jess is a good secretary. Everything's different, Brian. Yes. I'm cleaning my camera lens with my deal here.
You just about tear that pad down there.
Were they? Well, I just motored in here. It might take them a minute.
I mean, just now. Usually,
Well, I mean, to bite. Okay, there's 20. Is there 20 in the box? 21. All right, Brandon is going to get 360 out and turn it on.
I'm going to turn the bilge pump.
You do that. Captain's got to run the bilge pump. And if you guys don't know what running the bilge pump is, well, sometimes you got to take a leak. That's running the bilge pump. And sometimes we have to do that. So I ain't going to turn this on until you get done.
I'll get done. I'll go back there.
Dan Hadley, he called us bloke. He's probably from Australia. Shell crackers and bluegills. They're types of sun.
Think this way.
Morning, Eric Hernandez. Orion morning. My favorite bait, we use red worms. Now, if we're crappie fishing, which we do 6 months a year, we'll get out the minnows. That's what we use. We don't jig. We're not jig fishermen. What are these fish doing back here? Let me get this thing on. It is now recording. All right. Go for flatheads. There's a fish right there, and he wants me. Are you going to catch that fish or not?
I don't know. I ain't done very good luck with it.
He's bit 3 times. Slow lift him. He got him. Hang on, buddy. That's a good one. It's going to stay a good one, too, I think.
I slow lift him. Paid for it, too, didn't I?
Yes, you did. That's part of it. Yeah, the sun, our sunrise is just coming. Okay, Brandon's going to take a walk. You guys are on a tripod, if you're wondering. How about a $100 hook set on a shell cracker? Who wants to see that this early in the morning? There's fish right out there. Quite a few of them, too. If you guys get a chance, go watch our 360 videos on YouTube. You talk about incredible. That camera right there is taking video in a complete sphere right now, and it is awesome stuff. And the 3rd video from yesterday should be uploaded by now. It was 40% done when I left the house. Another beautiful morning, behave. Absolutely. I can't see my floaty. I can barely see it. The fish have gone on strike for a few minutes here. Thanks, Orion. Damn it.
This one?
No, I just got hung up because I don't know how to fish. James Edwards, morning. I'm going to put a super yeet on one here if I get a chance. I still got my worm. I couldn't believe that. Missed him. Y'all just hang right there. I need a new worm. I put the super yeet on him and it didn't work out. I'm going to Redemption Island. I got scores to settle. Oh, I know, small water. I want off this lake at 10:30. I do. There's several fish right down in there, and I know they're mostly shell crackers. So let's see if we can get one out of there. Eat it or swim. Oh, and if you guys are confused this morning or upset because we're fishing and God dang it, you're fishing and we're not, here's what I want you to do. I want you to call into work and tell them you have a very serious eye problem. That's all you gotta tell them. Tell them you have a very serious eye problem. You just can't see coming in that frickin' place today. That was a good shell cracker there. I missed him twice. It was terrible humid yesterday. Troy, morning, 22 in the box. And Brandon, I'm gonna have to slow lift this fish because he's too slick for me. And when I do, he's gonna take me for a ride. I know what's coming. Pittman.
Is he on his way?
Pittman ain't coming to visit. He don't know how to fish anyway.
He knows how to cook them, I can tell you that.
He can cook them. We got to catch him for him, though.
I'll catch him for him if he cooks them like he did the last time.
Hang on. I got the cutter. Oh, he got him out of there. Good job. Good job. Click. 23. Come on. Look at him out there. Just out of my reach. Think I can reach that fish? I don't think I can. Let's try over here. There's several shell crackers out there, damn it.
We got them located.
Yes, we do. Mother sticker.
You gonna have enough worms to catch that fish?
I put a lot in there this morning.
You probably need them.
Time out, guys. Redemption Island and I gonna have to part ways in a minute. Jeez, oh Pete's. Yeah, there'll be a lot of fish. There was 4 boats in here yesterday. That's part of the game in the shell cracker hole. I'm in his bed. I'm gonna have to slow lift him. When I do, he's gonna take off like a wild banshee. There he is. And he didn't have it. That's probably a big female. That's how they bite. I'm feeding the fish all right. Look at him over there. Back here fighting with this fish, and they're right here in front of the boat. Feeding the fish happens sometimes. It just does. I'll bring y'all back up here.
I was gonna say it's bumping right.
I know.
It's bumping the wrong out too.
They're to your right, I know that. Boy, they stink. Bulb snatcher. You gonna be a bulb snatcher today, Brian? Phone Prince? Well, we've got 23 so far, so we'll catch something in a minute. The sun's just getting up. Once it gets up, these fish will turn on. But they call them sunfish for a reason, I guess. They're just being a little stubborn this morning. The shell crackers are anyway. The bluegills, shit, they didn't care. Ronnie Bulldogs Outdoors. It is another beautiful day on the water. What are you doing over there? I catch the fish. I get the meat in the cooler. And he gardens for salad.
Ask him how often he caught that last fish he's been after. How many worms he fed?
Just 3. Morning, Sean Young. Pick it up. That fish, these fish are being stubborn. He's down there, but he won't hit it. Marlo, morning. Sean Young, Orion.
I hope Terry really gets excited when he gets a tail.
Oh, I know.
What are you doing?
I got some of the slickest fish I've ever seen here. Yeah, you don't want to mess with our moderators. I'll go ahead and warn you all that. If you don't want to play on this channel, we're here to have fun and a good time. If you say something shitty, you leave real quick. Trust me. We call it the block party. This is a cane pole, basically. He's got one up there bumping around. But it's carbon fiber. It's a fancy one. No reel. There ain't a rod and reel in this boat. Look down there. And that's all we use for crappie fishing, too. The water here is about 3 foot deep in real numbers. 2.5-ish. Oh, I know. They're being stubborn. When these fish take off, this is going to be an absolute party. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. Stop recording. I stopped the recording of the 360 until these fish bite. There ain't no sense in just wasting video because the battery will eventually die. No reels. Nope. Don't need reels. You don't need eyes. That shit's just in the way. That's just the way it is. Some people still use them, and it took me several years to get that out of my system. It really did. I couldn't understand why people did it. I get it now.
Look at this gar. The 3 of them together. Look at them.
It's mating season. 3 gars right there together. That might have been what I saw in here that's giant earlier.
I wonder if they got the fish on edge.
Something's got these fish on edge.
You're still gonna bump after bump.
I know. Hang on. That's a good one. That a damn bluegill. I'd have never guessed that. And that is 24. Come on. No, you don't need them. Here, I'm going to go ahead and say this. And you guys can laugh if you want and say that's a bold statement and call me a liar if you want. Nobody in North America catches more panfish than him and I in a year. And these are facts. You can go back through our TikTok page and look. And we don't touch a rod and reel. When you're fishing vertically like this, you just don't need them.
I was really surprised that was a bluegill.
That's a good fish. Mm-hmm. Now they want to bite. 25. We get it done. There's no doubt. Is Diana here? Well, that's just for, so you did the math on the season, basically. I mean, we're only allowed to catch so many. And we have a bad day occasionally, but not too damn many. Yeah, and like I said, here's what happens with rod and reels here fishing. And we use braided line. We use 60-pound braid, and that's the reason right there. Just pull the lily pad off and move on. When you're fishing vertically like this and you miss a fish, if you're using a rod and reel, and I used to use Mr. Crappie's poles, the 12 and 13 footers, the line goes up in the air, the cork, it's a slip cork rig, and it'll make the damnedest mess around that rod you've ever seen, to where sometimes you can't almost untangle it. And, you know, this is just super yeet material here. This is just what we do. There you go, Jared. That's awesome. Donnie Rocket, sun's out, guns out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my hat.
This damn sun is a problem child today. I'm having trouble seeing the screen already. Okay, let's see what we got out here. 25 in the box. I'm not starting the 360 again yet. Sticky green thumb. There's monsters in here, yes. Not my ex-wife type of monsters, but monsters nonetheless. There's some big crappies in here too. This is not managed for a trophy crappie fishery. You know, if you want that shit, go to Mississippi. But this place is managed to where every retired person in Polk County can come to this lake and catch their limit every day. And there's no size limit either. And that's how many fish are here. There's no size limit on bass, except, no minimum, except 1 over 16 inches. There are trophy bass here. I've seen some 14, 15 pounders. And I swear the next state record will come out of this lake, but it hasn't happened. It is out of Polk County, though. 17 something, 1763. I am fishing left-handed, Jeff Haynes, but these fish are stubborn right now. There must be a giant bass or 2 or 3 in here patrolling around. They don't want to play much. Jared, was that right? There's no minimum size here on bass. There's just that many of them. The management of this fishery is just incredible. Whatever they're doing, I don't want them to mess with it. Yeah, Pittman, Mississippi's got the pigs. When it comes to crappie, watch this. I'm gonna catch one under his feet. When it comes to crappie, Mississippi, you know, they got a 12-inch limit up there in a lot of those lakes, and I mean, they got big fish. Rabbit killer, you might be right. These fish just don't want to play right now. They're being stubborn. They'll turn on here in a minute. The sun's starting to get a little higher, but at least you get to watch fishing and you're not working. You're supposed to be working, but you're not. I mean, that's just the way it goes. That's okay. We don't care. Your boss might care. Now, we had some people on TikTok, their boss would watch it with them. Oh, they do, small water. You're right. We have numbers, though. And he's moving it right now. What people don't understand about this place down here, small water, is, the northern people don't understand, is the growing season never stops here. They eat 247, 365. And, you know, 13, 14-inch crappie here will be 3 years old. There's no age to them. They just grow. I know that's hard for some people to believe, but it's true.
This is where I like that other pole. It's just a little bit long.
I get you. Look at him. He's there. He hit it. I would have never dreamt that was a bluegill. 26. I think my worm went on strike. Oh, small water, you're not wrong. You know, small water, one of my favorite things to do on this lake, I used to come down here for 30 years on vacation. I get to spend 7 or 9 days every year. I did it for 30 years straight. Is a shelly? That shell cracker's going back. It's too small. And I can tell you, my grandma would whip my ass if I threw that fish back. But that fish will be a big fish next year. I was telling a story about something. Oh, anyway, I would bass fish in the mornings, and my favorite thing, just before daylight, just before the sun started coming up near the horizon, the top water bite on this lake was, this lake at dawn and dusk comes alive, and something is dying every quarter second. I mean, it's incredible to see what's going on around you. Morning, Carl. Dawson, morning.
That's Carl don't fish.
No. 26 still. I got one right under my feet. Hold on. Let's talk to this. Let's do a precision fish removal. Brandon Scott's Fish Removal Services engaged. No, your mom. Block party. I got you, small water. Yeah, I said when I caught my first shellcracker down there, I said I will live there someday. Look at him move. He's walking it. Watch him. He's walking out of his bed. He had it too. Morning, Jonathan Henson. 27 in the box. And I did. I decided. I'll tell you all another story. And I tell my story I did on TikTok for years. We were on TikTok Live for 4 years. At one time, I had a very bad drinking problem. And in 2018, it's just been 7 years ago, on Memorial Day of 2018, I walked into rehab and never looked back. And after I got done, I was 48 years old. I decided I wasn't going back to the rat race. Because inevitably, that caused a lot of it. Just trying to overachieve. And I put my place up for sale. I had an 18-acre farm, and I moved here, and I've never been so damned happy. That's all I can tell you. But the reason I tell my story is because if anyone ever needs some help, you can reach out to me, and we can chat about it. Because alcohol there's a stigma to it that people think you're a failure if you go to rehab, and you're not. Hang on, buddy. Gee whiz, you're not. 28. It's, if you need help, get help. And I tell my story in case I can help somebody. Yes, small water, you're exactly right. Winning. Greetings from Argentina morning. But I can tell you what, if you've got the balls to walk into rehab under your own power, it takes a big man to do that. And there's so many people every year that die in North America from alcohol abuse. 160,000? Yes, 160,000 people a year. The numbers are staggering. You're John. I'll remember that. I intended to ask you that yesterday. John Boat. Now I remember it. Roadkill's here. The bite's slow. Yesterday's bite. If you go watch our 360 videos from yesterday, the third one should be up by now. That bite was insane.
Our bite this morning when we first got it.
Morning, Kissimmee Mark. Jared Wilson. Jared, you're exactly right. And I went through the withdrawal. I was a month from dying. Let's put it that way. I was in a bad way. But when you come down off alcohol, the withdrawals are just horrid. You come off of alcohol the quickest, but it's the hardest to come off of. I was fine in about 3 days. But I had it bad. I was drinking a handle a day. And if you don't know what a handle a day is, that's a 175. Astro Guns, I've had enough of TikTok, I'm still posting videos over there, but as far as live shows, I think that shit's over. I'm done with them. Now, I may have to get an Android product to do things properly on this channel because nobody's getting the ads that they're supposed to be getting. And, Android is owned by Google/YouTube, and that's part of their game, and that's okay. So if I got to keep a phone in the boat just for live shows, that's what I'll do. Or a tablet. I may do a tablet. Oh, John, you're not wrong. They're out there too, Captain.
Yeah, whatever.
Them fish behind us stink.
They're beside the boat. They're out there in between there. There's all kinds of them.
Look at them bumping up here, guys. See if you can catch that dude.
Put it right in the middle of all.
There you go. I got one over here to my left too. Morning, Greg. All right, Greg. Got a little lab work. Somebody on, he got him. He went around that thing 15 times. I don't know if you saw that. Somebody on one of the comments the other day called us Labrador retrievers. I thought that was the most clever thing I've heard in a while.
That's pretty good, dude. Labrador.
Well, small water, it's either women or alcohol. Pick one. If you pick both, you're really in trouble, son.
I know there's more than one piece in there.
No crocs here. We have alligators, but they don't bother us. Now, somebody did get killed on this lake recently, and it was a freak of nature that how it happened. But where there's gators, there's going to be problems sometimes. They canoed over top of a gator, evidently.
They flipped them out of the boat and got ate.
You know, John Anthony, that's the way Florida is. There's fish everywhere, and there's gators everywhere too. Guns and magnolias, I can tell you what, I'll just put it pretty simple for you. If you don't quit, you're going to die. You got to choose what's more important to you, and I did. It's real simple. And I'm not trying to be a fearmonger, but the shit'll flat kill you. And I can tell you something that you can do. And I never did it. I just walked into rehab. And I was at the bottom. Don't be afraid to talk to your doctor and be honest with him about how much you're drinking and that you cannot quit. Because they have medications that they'll give you a shot and it'll last for a month. I forget the name of it. And it'll take the cravings away, and that might save your ass. So don't be afraid to talk to your doctor. And if you need to walk into rehab for all intents and purposes, he had one, walk in, do it.
Well, I caught a lot of bass this morning. I knew that.
Guarantee you, Dusty Emma. Okay, I'm gonna move us back there. You ready?
Yep.
Hang on, guys. We're gonna get back behind these fish. They stink here. We're gonna see if they want to bite back there. On the edge, sometimes where there's more light, they do that. So.
I threw back there right away.
Yeah, I know you did.
I don't know.
It's peaceful this morning. They're all the way back there in them pads too. Look at them here. Now this might be a party here. I'm gonna turn on the 360. Start recording. Oh, I turned it off. Shit. Start recording. All right. Let's see what we can do here, guys. If these are bluegills, it might take them a minute. We have 28 in the box. Let me show the fish, because I'm real bad about not doing that. You probably can't see a lot because there's 2 bags of ice in there. Jess, now Trek Zone. Okay. They're good fish. There's no doubt about that.
Where was we sitting yesterday? Where we started?
Back there.
Back there.
Yeah. We sort of fished them already.
I just wanted to.
Anthony's your middle name. That's funny. Vivitrol shot once a month. Okay, right. That's what it was that they wanted to give me. Now, I can tell you, and I thought I was going to have to do it. Once I was done with it, I was done with it. I just made up my mind I was done. It wasn't a big deal for me at that point. I decided I wanted to live. It was that simple. Damn, these fish are stubborn.
There's a lot of fish here.
I know there is.
Too quick.
John Anthony. Come on, Captain. Get it together. What was that?
Something came up when I was buying.
Something big come up there.
See that? Got excited and missed him.
Slick sticks, Borden. We're beating on them, son. Well, we got 28, but they have shut their face. But they'll turn back on. And when it happens, it's going to be gangbusters. These fish are on strike. Like I said, go to yesterday's videos on YouTube and go look at those 3 videos. And that was a bite there. That was a serious bite. He's in a bed.
He must have found some fish over where he's at, because he stayed in that same spot a long time.
Well, that's where I was headed yesterday when I took a right and came here. Big bass here, yes. They're patrolling around. That might have the fish on edge. I haven't seen one come up and bust in about a half hour, but they're here. The fish bumping.
I've just been kind of letting it lay to see what happens.
Damn it.
We're not-
This